Elizabeth White, we are live here along Lee Road 66 in the Lochapoka community of Lee County, where, as you can see, some search teams are returning now. Basically, since yesterday afternoon, a 4-year-old little girl here in this community went missing, and now there is a massive search underway, not only by air, but also on the ground, hoping to return that little girl safely to her family. Joining me now, Lee County Sheriff Jay Jones. Sheriff Jones, tell me a little bit about, first of all, what are the circumstances surrounding Vadie's disappearance yesterday afternoon?
We received a call about 2:45 yesterday afternoon from a caregiver, a longtime friend of the family that had Vadie with her. They had gone out into the backyard of the residence located off Lee Road 66 here northwest of Lochapoka. They were just walking around in the backyard of the residence, and bear in mind this is a rural area. The housing or the homes are pretty far apart. It's sparsely populated, pretty rural area of Lee County, West Lee County. The caregiver looked up and she had disappeared from sight. She conducted a bit of a search looking in the direction she had last seen her. When she couldn't find her, she came in, she called 911. We responded. We've been on scene here since yesterday afternoon around 3 Central Daylight Standard Time. We have conducted multiple searches on the ground, in the air. We continue to do that as I speak. We have water, marine assets. We have people in kayaks checking the creek. This is located northwest of Lochapoka. The area of search is bounded primarily by Salgahatchee Creek and Lee Road 66.
Right, here's just the creek bridge, the new bridge they just put in here. This is the new bridge over Salgahatchee Creek right here. So
that's right, this is Lee Road. We're standing on Lee Road 65. Lee Road 66 is over my left shoulder. We're concentrating our ground searches in this area where she was last seen. We did several searches before we lost daylight yesterday. We searched on into the night. We searched to the wee hours of the morning until we simply needed to spell our searchers. Stayed on scene. We have renewed our efforts this morning, intensified. We have hundreds of volunteers that are in the area working grid searches. We have assets in the air. We're using drone platforms to also conduct searches. We have mounted units that are working. We have literally hundreds of volunteers that have come in. We're working to manage that. We appreciate everyone's willingness to help. We know people want to help and want to find this little girl, but right at this moment, we're in good shape as far as covering the areas. At this point, we have K9 units that have been conducting searches. We have more that will be coming in as the day progresses. Our goal is to find this little girl. That's all that we care about, and I'm sure everyone understands that, and we're going to do everything in our power to do that. At this point, there's no new information other than we've intensified our search efforts, and the outside agencies have been just outstanding. We have county agencies, we have city agencies, we have volunteer fire agencies and rescue, we have city agencies. The list goes on and on. I hate to mention specifically because I don't want to leave anybody out, just to say that we thank them so much for being here. This is an effort that it makes you feel good that people care so much and they're willing to drop everything they're doing, especially in light of all the other issues that we're concerned with the virus, and I'll just leave that there.
I know. I mean, you're searching for a missing girl in the middle of a pandemic, and right. People are coming out of the woodwork trying to social distance while combing every single inch of this heavily wooded area here in Lochapoka. I mean, that's just, community comes together, especially when the little ones are in need. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, when you have a child missing, everybody comes, and that's the community we have. That's the way Lee County is. And our surrounding counties do. We know this little girl, and we know her family, and it's real close. So, and I know other people feel the same way. Again, we're doing everything we can to locate this little girl, and we appreciate all the offers for help that we've been receiving. And this could go on for days. We don't know. It's fluid. It's moving fast. But again, our efforts are concentrated to do everything we can, everything in our power to find this little girl.
It's personal. I mean, it's always personal.
It's always personal. Yeah.
It's always personal, but this hits home. I know you are very familiar with this family. Anything suspicious, or you have said before that foul play is not suspected at this time. You
No.
want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, no, we do not suspect foul play. This the caregiver is a longtime friend of the family. We're working this is simply a very, very unfortunate situation where a little girl wandered away from her home, and we're trying to bring her home.
And she was with a dog too at this
She
time.
was with a dog. Thanks for mentioning that. She is when she was last seen in the company of one of the family dogs, short-haired hound, reddish brown in color. Does have a collar. I believe it has a green metal plate on that collar, and the dog has a little age on it. So we're hoping the dog has not returned. So that's encouraging in many respects. That hopefully the dog is still with her, which would hopefully make it easier to locate her. But as time goes on, we'll see.
All right, Sheriff Jones, anything else you want to say at all?
Nothing. That just we appreciate the heart of people being willing to do whatever they can, drop what they're doing, and help us find this little girl.
Well, let us know how